Heartless, Forbidden, Book 1. Written by Suzana Thompson. Narrated by Paulina Schubert. Chapter 27. The excitement immediately rushed back as soon as the alarm woke me. I bounded out of bed like any girl who was eager to see the boys she liked. My long overdue appreciation for my new wardrobe happened when I walked into my closet to find something to wear. Since it was still unseasonably warm, I decided to wear shorts to school for the first time ever. I'd had a pair of gym shorts that I had worn for gym class in 9th grade, but I had outgrown them, and hadn't bought any more since that was my last required gym class. The shorts I put on now were nothing like the cheap pair I had owned previously. The sales lady called them pleat flutter shorts, and they looked like a cute little skirt. They were ridiculously overpriced, but Catherine hadn't batted an eye at the $200 cost. I had to admit that the style was flattering, and Cade seemed to think so too, judging by the appreciative look he swept over me. His eyes lingered the longest on my face, though, as his gaze met mine. I looked away as my stomach fluttered with nervous excitement. He was already moving toward me when I glanced back at him, and I only had time to take one breath before he kissed me. "Good morning," he said, and returned to kissing me. I was caught up in the intoxicating feel of his lips against mine, but I made sporadic attempts to stop. "School," I reminded him between resuming kissing him. "Have to, kiss, get, kiss, ready." Our mouths then fused as our tongues tangled. "Lexi," I heard my mom call out. Kate and I reacted to the sound of her voice by breaking apart in panic, and she walked into the kitchen right after that. I hurried toward the pantry as she called my name again. "Do you want me to make you some eggs?" she asked. I was planning to get up and make pancakes, but I overslept. Must be the jet lag. "It's okay," I replied with my back turned to her. "I'm having cereal." "What about you, Cade?" she questioned. "Do you want some eggs? I'm so sorry I didn't get up in time to make you anything else." "It's okay," he assured her. "I'm having cereal too." His voice sounded normal, and I could only hope that mine did too. Mom didn't seem to have noticed anything, but I felt paranoid that she would. I barely glanced at her as I carried a box of cereal from the pantry to the kitchen table. Cade set out 2 bowls, and I took the milk out of the refrigerator. He was grabbing spoons from the utensil drawer as I carried the milk to the table. "I have to learn where you keep everything," Mom commented. "Now I know where the cutlery is." Her remark made me realize that this was her first morning in the house. It was the first time she had spent the night here, because her wedding night had been spent traveling to her honeymoon destination. It was strange to contemplate that when I'd already become accustomed to living here. "Are you going to eat, or are you just going to stare at your bowl?" she asked. I looked at her and saw her watching me with a wry expression. "You stayed up half the night, didn't you?" she accused. "No," I denied. "I went to bed, but I couldn't fall asleep for a long time." "Something on your mind?" she questioned. I know that I can't sleep when I'm worried about something. "No," I said. "I wasn't worried about anything, I just couldn't sleep." That was the truth, but I was starting to feel uneasy now. This thing with Cade was something that I had to hide from my mom. Like a guilty secret. Yes, it was exciting and admittedly fantastic kissing Cade, but what could possibly come of it? It wasn't like we could date openly. My new feelings for him made me forget that we couldn't be together. I couldn't exactly introduce my stepbrother as my boyfriend to my mom. I wasn't sure how she would react, but I doubted that she would be okay with it. Kate had also mentioned before that his dad would never allow it, so continuing what we had started would get us in trouble. I deflated with disappointment as I thought about our situation. But Cade was still in an upbeat mood when he suggested that we could ride to school together. "I can't," I replied glumly. "I have to work after school." "Just quit that job if you hate it so much," he suggested. "I don't hate it," I told him. "Well, you sure don't sound too happy about it," he remarked. "Why force yourself to work when you don't have to? Nobody is going to blame you for quitting." "He's right," Mom said. "You should quit and enjoy your free time. Lord knows you deserve it." "Listen to your mom," Cade urged. "Quit that job." "I can't just quit," I protested. "Sure you can," Mom insisted. "Go in today and give them your 2 weeks' notice." "I don't know, I said, influenced by the two of them in my vulnerable state of doubt. I suddenly wasn't sure what to do about anything. Just try it, Mom urged in a pleading tone. If you don't like not working, you can get another job. You should try taking a break, though. You don't want to burn yourself out before college. Believe me, you have plenty of time to work for the rest of your life. Now's the time to have some fun. Yeah, Kate agreed. Have some fun, Lexi. I looked at him and saw the wicked glint in his eyes as he smirked at me, and I knew that the fun he was referring to was completely different than what my mom intended for me. My stomach dipped like I was on a roller coaster as my thoughts strayed to having that kind of fun with him, and I shifted my gaze away from his. Looking at my mom made me uncomfortable, although she seemed oblivious to Kate's innuendo. I better get to school, I said, and stood up. You hardly ate anything, she protested. Are you sick? You look a little flushed. I'm fine, I answered quickly, and went to grab my backpack from the foyer table, where I'd placed it when I came downstairs. Have them call me if you need to come home, Mom said as she followed me. I'll be here all day, so I can come pick you up. I'm fine, I repeated, and gave her a hurried peck on the cheek before rushing off toward the garage, in the hope that she wouldn't follow me there. She didn't, but Cade caught up to me. Why are you so flushed, Lexi? He asked with a current of amusement running through his words. His smirk gave way to intensity as he placed his hands on my hips to pull me against him, as he angled his head to kiss me. I put my hands on his chest and pushed him back. We already almost got caught, I reminded him as I glanced around us in paranoia. You're gonna get us in trouble. There's nobody here, he argued and swept his arm in an arc. We're alone. That's what that girl and the gardener's son thought, I retorted. I'm not going to... Don't compare yourself to her, he interrupted me with a darkened expression. You're nothing like her. That was the same thing he had said to Taylor when she implied that I was like his dad's previous girlfriend's daughter. Remembering that triggered my curiosity about what had happened between him and Taylor after I left her house. What'd you say to Taylor? I asked. His expression changed to confusion. Who cares about Taylor? Why are you talking about her? Because she was just telling you yesterday that she's ready to have sex with you, I replied dryly. I don't want her, he scoffed. Why not? I questioned. You liked her enough to go out with her before. We were kids, he explained. I knew that she had a crush on me and everyone expected us to pair off. Asking her out was a safe bet. I knew that I wasn't going to get rejected. But you must have liked her if you asked her out, I pressed. He shrugged. It was just easy to date her. What? I questioned in dismay. I don't understand what you're saying. Did you like her or not? He shrugged again. She was okay. She looked good and everyone expected me to date her. So you went out with her because everyone expected you to? I asked in bewilderment. My friends were all saying she wanted me, he answered in exasperation. Why do you care about this now? We've been over for a long time, and I'm not getting back together with her if that's what you're worried about. She wanted you, I repeated sourly. So you just went out with her because you assumed she'd have sex with you, and you broke up with her when she wouldn't, I accused. But no, I continued as I got angrier. You didn't even bother to break up with her after you cheated on her. You just dropped her without a word when you couldn't get what you wanted from her. That's not why I dropped her, he denied. She was always conceited and annoying, but she got even worse after we started dating. You should have seen how she acted when we were together at school, like we were royalty. It got on my fucking nerves. When my dad made me change schools, it was the perfect opportunity to cut her loose without any drama. You're calling her conceited? I retorted. Have you ever looked in the mirror? Every chance I get, he quipped with a grin. I love looking in the mirror. That teased a reluctant smile from me, but I forced it away. You should have broken up with her. I thought it would be easier for her this way, he said. When she found out I had stopped all contact with my friends too, it wouldn't make her feel singled out. Lexi? I turned at the sound of my mom's voice. She was walking toward us with a concerned look on her face. Why haven't you left? Do you need me to call you off from school? No, I replied. We were just talking and we lost track of time. I'm sorry. I'll get going right now. I got into my car as she hovered there uncertainly, and Cade walked away toward his car. "Are you sure you're okay?" Mom asked me. I wasn't really, but there was nothing physically wrong with me. "I'm okay," I lied.